This video is brought to you by Artistworks. Artistworks are part of True5 Studios, and they offer direct access to master musicians through their innovative online learning platform. Partnering with iconic musicians, they've crafted decades of industry experience into guided paths of online lessons. Crucially, there's an option to get personal feedback tailored specific to your playing via their unique video exchange. Get direct guidance towards your playing goals. You can use the code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of Artistworks courses. My buddy Keith from 5 Watt World did a video yesterday with Adam Levy asking if the ES335 was the most versatile guitar, and I caught up with that this morning because we had to go to bed last night. I was supposed to wear my Grey Enough t-shirt, but it's in the wash, Keith, sorry. And yeah, I had already recorded this kind of introduction knowing that Keith had this going live. And it's something that myself and Jake Loosemore, my buddy, he's just got himself a Gibson, kind of similar to this in a lot of ways, except it has block inlays, but it has the slightly slimmer neck, not the kind of thick one. And yeah, otherwise looks relatively similar. And he's, gone through the same kind of revelation. The other day he sent me a text like the middle kind of pickup configuration can do anything. And my initial reaction to the title of the video, and I saw some of the comments, was like maybe a Telecaster might beat it in terms of versatility, and I think maybe that might be one of the other options. But in terms of, if someone says to you ES335, what type of music is most likely to be played on one of those, I think it's really difficult to come up with a a solid response in the same way like a Telecaster. Like, could you predict what someone's going to play on it by the type of guitar that they've got? If it's an ES335, it could be anything, right? So you've got people like Schofield that are playing an ES335 type guitar. You've got people like Tom DeLonge playing something, you know, resembling an ES335. But of course, they've got like different configurations and that sort of thing. But, you know, essentially the semi-hollow Mickey Mouse type thing, right? Dave Grohl, Jim Root apparently even plays one sometimes. The guy from Opeth used an ES335 on some stuff. Of course, Eric Johnson on Cliffs of Dover and some of Venus Isle as well. And, you know, he plays live with an ES335 sometimes. Robin Ford, Larry Carlton, of course, definitely a blues machine at one point in time. They could be playing jazz on it. I'm not sure of country players playing on ES335s. I guess the Tele would be the axe of choice generally there. But yeah, even the heavier stuff, you know, people like Noel Gallagher, of course, loads of the indie guys, you know, and the rock guys, the Britpop era. I remember seeing ES335s all the time as a kid. So basically, a really good coverage of most genres, R&B, gospel. The only thing that there's less of, even though I mentioned Opeth, playing these in like the metal genre, I guess might be the one kind of spot where you don't see tons of them. But then you don't really see tons of straightforward Telecasters. They're normally like a hot rodded Tele or something like that. So the ES335, I think maybe you would put it at the top of that category. Now, you can play pretty much any style on these. I think I haven't yet gigged this one. I had played the Sire one on like a jazz gig, and Adam Levy was talking about, so essentially he has 4 guitars, according to the live stream. He's got a 70s 335, which has a coil split here, which sounds pretty cool. And then he's got a 60s one, and I think he then has a Jaguar and a Collings, which again, the Collings is basically this type of guitar too, although I think it may be full hollow, I'm not sure. Check the video out to find out more on that. Also, Adam Levy's on TrueFire, and you can use the code JNC100 to get $100 off of their All Access Pass, where you can get access to every single one of their courses for an entire year. Or you can use the JNC40 code to get 40% off of any of their specific courses. I'm going to go check out Adam Levy. They mentioned this on the live stream. Apparently, he does like a trading solos kind of section, which might be kind of fun and a different way to interact with some of that stuff. You know, just trading with another guitarist, trading licks. That's kind of a cool concept that I don't see loads of material on. You know, you see people like BB King, talking of ES335 types, trading with Gary Moore and being able to sort of replicate what the other person is doing or comment on it or sort of embellish on it. I think it's a really cool skill to have, and something like that where it's kind of a conversational thing. I think it's a really interesting concept, so I'm going to check that course out. But yeah, you can get 40% off if you want. This is my favorite ES335 that I've played. This is actually a Tokai Play Authentic, nitro and all of that stuff. Slightly slimmer neck than the 59 styles that I've played, which I think I prefer. The Greco Super Reel that I played, really nice as well from Tony. I think I might put that one above this slightly. That as well had like the slightly slimmer neck profile, where it's not actually like a slim tape or anything. It's just not the chunky full neck that you get on the other kind of neck profile. I really prefer that, I think, because it's quite a big body in some ways, and to have a slightly slimmer neck to counteract that feeling is a really good thing. I've strung and had best experience when these are strung with 10s. I played the Gibson Memphis ES335 first with the 11s. Paul lent me that one for the channel, and found that a bit tough. And then I played it again with 10s, and it was just a way better experience. I think there's an argument for maybe 11s on this type of guitar might just be a step too tough. I think Stevie Ray Vaughan actually played an ES335 at some points as well. The blues, jazz and R&B, I think, is where I most seen these, but equally, like, there's a huge preponderance of the ES335 in the rock genre as well. So it's just one of those guitars which literally anything could be coming out of it. I need to try and play one live, or this one live, because I want to you know, get that, because apparently there's this kind of cool feedback thing that can happen. What I've experienced at home is that there's this really nice kind of like octaves or fifths thing, which is fairly likely to happen. So I'm going to give that a try. Please let me know your favourite ES335 players in the comments below, or your favourite guitars. I think Eastman makes some really, really nice ones for the money too. Eastman, Tokai are some great choices. If you've got lots of money, Gibsons and of course Collings make some great stuff as well. If you've not got so much money, I really dig the Sire H7s and H7Vs as well. I think they're really good for the money. But yeah, let me know your favourites. And what kind of, have you made any mods to these? I think I like the idea of a coil split on something like this as well, just to give it that real kick over the edge in terms of versatility. But yeah, either this or a Telecaster I think could be like a one guitar job and done, possibly.